Hey Perry, how you doing, sir? Alright, this one's gonna be interesting. See, we got a giant gouge missing. Oh, pieces falling off. This one might get squirrely. Hey, Johnny. Everything going all right, sir? Matt, how you doing? Starting at my one-way Wolverine G. Got a piece of plywood out. Nice. Beat, I bet, man. That was what, a 10-hour drive you did? Turning squirrels tonight? I think I might have forgotten to sharpen my gouge before I started. Oh well. Alright, well, I forgot to zoom you guys in. Get you guys a good view here. There we go. Sharpen it at end, maybe. I know your viewer dropped. Yeah. Anytime you stop the action, everybody runs. If we can't shift this a little bit. There we go. Shoe shopping. I don't know what that means, Pilato, but hopefully you found your size. You guys even see that? Let me get you adjusted here. Start coming around the edge. Ganapaya, how's it going? Hey Steve, welcome in. Ricardo, what's going on, sir? Let's see here. We are going to be setting up for a 10, and you can see chunks of this was falling off as I was getting everything ready to go. So we're going to have to take a bit off that bottom before we'll be able to make a tenon. Me and this darn gooseneck are just gonna have problems. Hey Bear, what's going on? There we go, now stay put. Tell you, this was not a good Amazon purchase. this gooseneck phone holder I got. There we go. That should be good enough to start thinking about a tenon. And I dropped them both. Oh, nope, we're still not past the tear out area, so we got a little further to go. Alright, now we'll take a peek, see if we're through that mess. There we go. That's gonna get good solid wood. Raise our rest up. Higher than that. There we go. That'll give us a mark. Arthur, what's going on? Trojan, one of the moderators, send that person to bed. Whoop. What kind of wood is this? This is found on ground. I do not know. So this is some of that when I was on the base found it. So I don't even have a good guess what this might be. But so I like Mike Stanifer's, he calls it fogwood, found on ground. So that's what we're gonna go with. Now we're going to use the skew. My dovetail, or my chuck is a dovetail jaw. So we're going to go ahead and use the skew to put a dovetail in. There we go. Now we'll switch back over to the bowl gouge and finish getting our shape on it. For that, we're using 1/2-inch bowl gouge. Hey Jeff, what's going on, sir? That's making a noise we don't like. That's because it was coming loose. quick peek here, see how we're doing. It's not looking too bad. I'm going to come up a little steeper on those wings though. For those of you who don't know, it's making that noise because here we're cutting wood, then we're in air, and then the wood hits again. That's why you get that kind of noise. We're going to switch out from the 1/2 inch to our 3/8. He should be a little bit sharper. See if we can't give us one good pass. Baby kisses, welcome in. Jacqueline, hello, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Gotten that taken care of. That's looking pretty darn smooth. So I think we can get this guy turned around, hollowed out. This is how I was holding it. So this is a wormwood screw. Screws right into the wood like that when you get it mounted. One of many ways you can do it. It's just my preferred. Alright, I'll swing you guys over here, try to give you a better view. Rainy Ridge, welcome in. Tim List, what's going on, man? Thanks for coming in. All right. That seems pretty good. We'll get this guy hollowed out. Barnaby Gomes. And cool. Here we go. Second, get the flashlight set up so you guys can see. And we'll zoom you in a little bit. There you go. Now you guys can kind of see what I'm up to. Also, I've noticed in some live chats I can click on the name of the chat participant and have the option to see their channel. You would have to be a moderator. That's a moderator feature. You give me a few. Where'd Pilato go? Pilato Creations. Add as moderator, standard moderator. Now you'll be able to do it, sir. And Josh Morris, when you first started, were you scared of the tool you're holding or kickback? I started out with the carbides. Is how. So yes, I was a little nervous about using traditional tools. But as you use it and practice, you just get, you'll have some catches. It's going to happen. Generally speaking, you're pretty good with most of traditional tools. Sharpening is going to be an issue. That's the one that gets most people. The old skew. He causes some of the more crazy catches, although probably safer than what you can get with a bowl gouge. Alright. I think I saw Dan's Homestead in there a few seconds ago. Can you sharpen a cow bone? You can sharpen anything. It wouldn't surprise me to find out that was a native weapon. And down in Hawaii, they used to use shark's teeth and everything else. I think it's a pretty cool things in their museums if you ever check it out. Hey, there he is. What's going on, sir? I got a video coming out for you tomorrow. Kind of a beginner's guide for how to use carbides. Let's see how I'm doing here, thickness wise. Oh, that bark's coming off. That's not going to stay on. Oh well. It was a neat idea. We still got some more depth we can get. Hitting into the flashlight. See if we can put it over here for a sec. Fighting me a lot. back over so you guys can see again. There we go. I use a scraper more than the skew, and I'm able to get very clean cuts. So scrapers are wonderful. Scrapers are a wonderful tool. Alright, getting some decent shavings off that. That's not too bad. Depth-wise, it's feeling pretty good. Let's take a quick measurement on it and see how we're doing. I think we are pretty close to what my stuff. So we'll go off of that. Puts us about 2.5. 2.5 would leave us roughly about 1/4 inch on the bottom. I can live with that. Sides, looks like coming in about 3/8. I can live with that too. This wood actually feels fairly dry. Like I said, found this on the ground on the base, so feels like we got a fairly consistent. I got some little spots in there I need to clean up a little bit. Let's see, it doesn't feel like I've got much of a burr left. I need to go up in height to use the scraper. It's got to be at a downward angle. That's too high. That's about right. Noah, what's going on? Let's see if there's any burr left. Not much. I am hitting the phone. Oh, I should have showed you guys those. Those are some wispy fine shavings. That feels really good now. All right, we'll get you moved over here. We'll pull this guy off. Get set up for our next one, which is going to be a piece of sycamore. But we got to see how we did here. Get the flashlight turned off out the way. Threw that on the ground. Not my knife. So, let me get far enough. Let me zoom back the other way. There we go. So, all in all, I'd say that turned out pretty nice. Let's see if, let me grab this flashlight again so you guys can actually see it up close. There we go. Like I said, I have no idea what wood this is, but I'd say it turned out pretty good. So we will set him off to the side over here and get our next one mounted up. Whoop, you can't see that. Next one mounted up. Jonah, this piece is sycamore. That one I do know, thanks to Perry. He recognized it. A couple other people did confirm it. All right. Oh, is Jay in? Hey Jay, how you doing, sir? Novice here. I can't seem to turn a bowl and sand it without ending up with horizontal sanding lines. What should I do? Best advice I can give you, get a scraper and watch Tomislav or Richard Raffin. Either of those guys will explain it in depth and how to properly use it, and that'll take care of your issue. Is Matthew here? I have not seen him, but I have not, I've been turning. So if you're going to do this move, just kind of be able to be quick at getting your hand out the way. You don't want your hand getting smacked. And I have no delusions that this bark's going to stay on. This has been chipping off just sitting on the floor. Joseph, what's up? Thanks for coming in. All right, get you guys up here a little higher so you can see what's going on. Once again, we'll grab our 1/2-inch bowl gouge and we will get rocking and rolling. I should probably mention, if you guys are liking this, go ahead and hit the like button. Consider subscribing. I'm often out here late hours turning. So maybe we'll see you again. See what sort of speed we can get out of this. Not too bad. Oh, this is much, much wetter. AKA greenwood. That chisel's getting dull. Or that gouge is getting dull. Alright, let's get moved in a little bit more. Richard Powers, welcome in. Capre, welcome in. Begmarad, how's it going? Hans from Germany, welcome in. I think that's the first time I've had somebody from Germany in here. That's cool. Yep, got up near max capacity of my gouge. Let's see how we're looking right now. That's not too bad. That dull, that is very dull. Keep plugging along here. That should be wide enough for a tenon. And we got Brazil and Argentina, India, and Calcutta. Nice. And Texas, South Australia. Oh, that's Jay. Yeah, you're down there. You're down there with all the deadly animals. All right. We have achieved the point where I have to stop to sharpen my gouge. So give me about 20 seconds, and I will be right back. Here we go. Left side. Right side. One more time left. And we're done. Much better. Here we go. Real slow as we try to go through the top there, but like I said, no matter what, that bark's not staying on, so in the end it doesn't matter that much. You got California in. Yeah, as soon as we start hitting that air, what I mean by that is cutting, then we're in air, then we're cutting it again, gets a little rough. So we're going to take one more pass. We're making a bowl. We got Fort Worth, Texas. I got family out in San Antonio. This is going to be a twice turn bowl for how wet it is. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's plenty of moisture in this wood. Yeah, that's the bark starting to fly off. All in all, not too bad. And get this guy reversed and we'll... Oh, I still got to make my tenon, don't I? Can't reverse it without that. What is that? Okay, grab our dividers. There we go. Lower this back down. Shiva, welcome in. Vinod, welcome in. How's it going? With that. The Chad from Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. This is sycamore. There we go. Said now my chuck does have the dovetail jaws, so we use our skew here. Put the dovetail shape in. Just like that. So there's the view. The other side, the bark. And then the outside, which as I said, is looking pretty good. And get him mounted up. That is the wormwood screw that I use to mount my blanks. Like I said before, there are many ways to do it. It's just the way I like to do it. Oh, that is definitely wet wood. There we go. The reason I mention that is green wood, when you tighten it down in the chuck, compresses. So when you think you're tight, you can always get a little bit more out of it. Let's see here. Will you guys be able to see good from there? Back to our 1/2-inch ball gouge. That should be good. Move this in nice and close. And we'll set up a flashlight. It's up their center of gravity. Innocent, what is what? Touch too high. Lock that back down. we're making a bowl. Brandon, yep. Aswin, hello. Raj Shamrath, how's it going? Am I the only one squinting through the shavings? Well, you are basically between me and the bowl, so probably. Yeah, for you guys to have the best view, you are on the opposite side of me. So half of this I'm turning, I'm actually looking at the camera, the back of the camera, seeing the same thing you are. That's trying to take too much. Slow down as we come through the center. Take a quick measurement here, get an idea where we're at. We don't want to join the funnel club, or should I say renew my membership. So that is about 2 1/4. We can go down a little bit further, about another 1/4 inch or so, and then we'll have to leave this one to dry. Hey Mike, what's going on, sir? Ronnie girl, welcome in. Avdi, how's it going? Hitting my own flashlight again. Okay, get him back over here. So you got 2 wood shavings everywhere. There we go. All right, make another quick measurement. I should be down to my depth, or at least as deep as we're going to go tonight. Like I said, this bowl is going to be twice turned because of how wet it is, so we can expect it to move quite a bit. Yep, about 2 1/2 inches. Leaves about 3/8 at the base. Probably got that on the sides, so we'll go ahead and get this out of here. What was that? Oh, I just knocked some more of the bark off. Yeah, like I said, that bark isn't going to last. Let's get the flashlight out of the way. Move you guys back up here. Oh, it's got a mouthful of sawdust. And there we are. I guess we'll use a flashlight again so you guys can see. Not sure if you guys, if that grain's coming through or not. But sycamore's a neat wood. So now for my quick demo. Cleaning the mess up. Oh, that wet wood's underneath there. Get out of the way. There we go. So, what I mean by a twice-turn bowl. Where'd it go? So this is a bowl we turned about 2 weeks ago. And you can probably see right there how much it has warped. So that's what this other one is going to do, because it is a green wood. So when we were done, that was perfectly flat. It is not flat no more. I know it smells like pencils in there. I don't think it smells like pencils. It smells like mostly smells like ash. Ash wood. That'd be because of big bowls like this, which is made of ash. So this bowl I got from my local, or this log I got from my local park, because the emerald ash beetles got into it and killed the tree. So they were taking it down, and whoop, bowls fall from the sky. They were taking down the tree, and I happened to be coming home from work and stopped in and said, hey, can I have a log? And they're like, sure, take one. So, see about it? We just finished making a couple bowls. That's not a good view of them, but there's one, there's the other. Both live edge. This one, the bark is not going to stay on. It's already coming off. And this one, I don't know if that bark's going to last either. But with that being said, I want to thank you all for coming in. Watch me turn some bowls. If this is something you like, go ahead and hit the like button. Consider subscribing. I'm often out here late at night doing this, so maybe we'll see you again. And with that being said, y'all have a good one. Take care. Hey, Matthew, coming in at the last minute.